rolling tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tune in every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Let me say good morning to the folks in the chat. Excuse me. Hold on, I gotta add X in here. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Hold on a second. I'm gonna add the other channels. Okay. Guys, you know, this is the trial we've been waiting on. Everyone has been waiting on this trial for a while. But before I get started, and we're going to do a recap what this trial is all about, let me say hello to people in the chat. All right. Good morning, Serena. Good morning, Carla. Good morning, Montel. Good morning, Sunshine. You know I got to sing my song. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Okay, that's enough. Good morning, CMT. My girl CMT's in the house. Oh, good morning, Patricia. Selena, good morning. Good morning, Pamela. Good morning, C Major. Good morning, Pros Edwards. Good morning. Let's see. Tyler, good morning. Tyler, I talked to T yesterday. You know who T is, right? Tasha. Good morning, Twist. Good morning, Shay Baby. All right, guys. This is a trial we've been waiting on for a while. You guys, you know, this trial is in the federal court. So, well, you know what that means? That means, hey, BQ, Quans, good morning. Sly KK11111111. Okay. All right, good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys, I do have people on my Facebook as well as my X that are in here that you guys may not see, but I see they're in the chat as well. But anyway, good morning. Good morning, Greg. Good morning. All right. He Barnes, good morning. If I screw up your name, please forgive me. I don't mean to screw it up. It's just sometimes I can't see too well, and then I'm too lazy to enunciate people's name. So please forgive me. Please, pretty please forgive me. Okay. What what I was saying is his case is in the federal court. And you know what, the federal court, do not allow cameras in the courtroom. So we're going to have to rely on people that are there, people that's there in the courtroom, people that has the information. Now, what I'm trying to do, you guys, as we did with previous federal trials, we try to get the transcript, right? And then I do a reenactment of the transcript. It may be a day behind this, so you guys hear what exactly went on in the courthouse. So, saying all that, I usually get volunteers to participate. Sorry, not support, but to participate in the reenactment. The reenactment is done the day behind, so we can get a feel of exactly what happened. So I am soliciting folks who wants to participate and be a reader. So, to get different parts. You could be the judge. You could be Mr. Steele. You could be Mr. What's the other? See, Steele is my favorite, so that's why I know his name by heart. Drew. Drew Finley. Somebody could be Drew. Somebody could be Marissa. Somebody could be the attorney, district attorney of the federal district. ASUA, whatever the way they say it. Anybody want to do that? So the way of being part of it, just email me and let me know that you want to play a part in that position. And if you have the time to play it. So we're going to have a set time where we're going to do the reenactment and we're going to do it together. Does that sound good, y'all? So we won't miss out. Anybody who has been on my channel for a while, we enjoy that. A lot of people enjoy. I did it for Cardi B's case. I did it for Diddy's case. I did it for R. Kelly's case. Those are all federal cases that we did not have the opportunity to have a camera in the courtroom. Okay, so just reach out to me. Mods, could y'all please put my email address in there so they can reach out to me and let me know if they want to participate, and we'll get started. We're going to be like a day or two behind the actual trial, but we'll know what's going on in the real information, not fake made up stuff or having our personal opinion. We're going to stay as neutral as possible. I know everybody has their opinion in this case, but remember, everyone that is in the trial right now is innocent until proven guilty, okay? Innocent until proven guilty by the jury, all right? Okay, let's go ahead on and play some of okay, let me just explain what's going on, okay? All right, so, hey, Miss Richard. Good morning, everybody that's coming in. Good morning, Lady L. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Rosie. All right, so, we have quite a few people in here this morning. Good morning, everybody. I know y'all waiting on Tupac's case to start back up. And it's another half a day today, so they don't start until 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which is 1 o'clock West Side Pacific Time. Excuse me, not West Side. But okay, now, hey, Shelly B. Now, let's go ahead on, and I'm going to tell you what this background of this case is all about. And then after that, I am going to, hold on a second. I'm going to play some clips and just to get people abreast of what this case is about and things like that, all right? So today, what's going to happen in court, right? Today, there's going to be jury selection, okay? What I like about the federal process of jury selection, it goes really quick because they do most of the background homework way ahead of time. They don't do like the state. State be taking a long time with the voir dire and stuff like that, right? Voir dire is the French term, it says tell the truth. So what they do is they pick the brains of prospective jurors on, some things that they might have put into the questionnaire, and they want to clarify some of the things, and some of the things they want to know where that particular juror stand. So they'll want them to tell the truth of why they put certain things in there. Like, for example, they may ask, have you ever had a encounter with the police that had you in a bad taste? I'm just making up something, right? And they want to know more information. What was the encounter, and why do you have this feeling? And does this feeling cause you to think a certain way? And you got to tell the truth of whether or not this here particular situation is going to cause you to gear towards the defendant or gear towards the prosecutor. So that is a part for them to wean out the people they don't want on the jury, on the jury. So today, most likely, the voir dire is going to happen. The people, the prospective jurors that are coming in, those are the one that has been like screened, and the answers that they put fits with both sides, and they feel that this person may be neutral, right? But there's a couple of things in their questionnaire they just want to clarify. And then this clarification is the voir dire part, where they ask them to tell the truth on that particular question. Any question about what a voir dire is? It's just the weaning out process. Then after they finish the voir dire, once they sit a certain amount of people on the prospective juror list, then they go through a process called striking. Right? And the striking is when each side get a certain amount of strikes, right? For them to get a certain amount of people. If they decide they want 12 jurors and let's say 2 or 4 alternate, this is where they strike those they don't want, and they keep the ones they want. They will be the sitting jurors. So that process of striking is real quick. The voir dire might take a little bit of time because they're asking specific questions and they want some answers to those questions. So I would say, I would think by Friday they would have a juror seated, because the federal side do not take as long as the state. The longest one I know of is the YSL, and I sat through that long process. They were asking everything but, what color socks you have on. I'm just saying, I'm just being funny, but that is the process. The federal trials are much quicker in the process of picking jurors, because they have it down like science. They just boom, 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 go through it, and most of the time they're done within a 4 hours period. Okay, the longest part is for them to read the actual indictment, right? And once the judge reads the indictment, swear the jurors in, and then they're seated, and the trial begins. So that is the process. Okay. All right. Any questions for anybody? No, sunshine. It was 8 months for YSL juror selection. 8 months. We started January 9th. They didn't finish until what? September or October. And then, listen to this, then they gave the jurors 3 weeks to get ready, and then they started the trial in November. You remember? I remember, because I was there. But it was 8 months. 8 months of jury selection with the YSL. They said that's the longest jury selection in the state of Georgia, but it's not the longest in the whole process. I think there was one that took about 2 years to pick a jury, but I don't remember. I think that was like someplace in Pennsylvania. I tried to do like a trivia question type of thing with that thing. Yeah, it was very, very long, very long. In the state of Georgia, it was the longest process. It was the longest trial in the state of Georgia. All right. The next, so once the jury is seated, that's when they'll do opening arguments. And most of the time, opening arguments comes the prosecutor comes first, because they're the one laying out what their case is about, and they tell a story, and what they got to do with their witnesses and things like that, their story that they tell is going to come into connection for the jurors to make a decision whether the person is guilty or not guilty. And in that process, they bring certain things, evidence. What are evidence? Evidence is things that help the case to go forward. Evidence could be witnesses. It can be direct or indirect type of evidence. If they have videos, if they have like they could have 911 calls. They can have what else? They can have the weapon. They can anything that could bring their case to some sort of connection to show that this person is what they're saying the story is to happen, for them to get a guilty verdict. Or if they don't come, if their story is not matching what the story is the story that they give and the evidence that they provided doesn't match, that person could be found not guilty. It's all about a storytelling. That's what a whole trial is all about. Because they weren't there. The prosecutors weren't there. The only people that was there, either the witnesses that were eyewitness, you have eyewitnesses people, and then you have people that were like around that time, and they could put the puzzles together. It's just like a whole bunch of puzzles being put together to bring up a whole picture. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to give you guys, layman terms and some of this stuff, but that's what it's all about. A story is being told, and they got to connect the dots with that story. All right. And listen, the defense doesn't have to tell the story. They just have to poke holes in the story of the prosecutor. The defense doesn't have to really do anything. They don't have to bring a witness. They don't have to, the person that's on trial doesn't have to testify, because that's their right. They don't have to testify. It is the prosecutor's job to tell their story, and their story has to match for them to get a conviction. Okay? Their whole thing is to get a conviction. And by all means necessary. There's some prosecutors who lie, make up stuff, make believe stuff, because like I said, they were not there. So they don't know the facts of the case. They only could go by what the witnesses says, what the evidence, the video, and all that. That's what they're going by. So anybody have any question? I'm just trying to do layman's term for people who don't understand the process. Okay. All right. Will the trial be streamed? Absolutely not. Remember, I said in the federal government, the federal cases, they do not allow any cameras until some sort of law is passed and they change that. Right now, we got to rely on people's word. But that's why I'm telling you, EIN, I will be doing reenactment through transcript. What is transcript? Transcript is when the reporter records everything that's happening in the courtroom and is provided on a sheet of paper, and we're going to reenact. They're going to show different parts of who's speaking, and we're going to have that here. It's going to be a day behind, but we're going to we did it that way before. Okay? Is the trial going to be live streamed by the media? No, absolutely not. No live stream by media. The only thing media is going to do, they did it all on all the other federal cases. They'll be in the courtroom. They record everything. Write everything down, because some courtrooms do not allow even you to have a phone. Some courtrooms do allow you to have a phone, but they only let the news people, media, have that ability to text, to report what's going on. They can go to X and just, give you live coverage of all. Or at the end, during break time, somebody will come out and tell you what happened inside the courtroom. So you're relying on human memory. And sometimes people don't provide everything, because some people maybe have some biases and their reporting is only one-sided. So the best way to do it is through these transcripts, which we're going to do a reenactment in the evening and the day after. Okay. So as I was saying, if you want to participate in the reenactment, send me an email. Let me know if you want to participate in that. Okay. All right. Any other question before I go into what this case is about? Any question? I'm going to wait for you guys to give me the questions, and then I will give you what the answer is. And remember, I am not a lawyer, and that's not my channel. That's Mel. Speaking of I am not a lawyer, Mel is one of the persons that is at the court. She will be bringing information, and I trust her information because she's been very detailed. She's not biased. She tried to be as neutral as possible. She just brings you the facts. So anytime you see her pop up or go to her other channels, like her TikTok, her channel is called I'm Not a Lawyer, But. That is her channel. It's called I'm Not a Lawyer, But. And she is going to be covering this case. She has been covering it. If you can look at her past videos, you see she talked about most of the pretrial hearings. She tells you what the rulings were and things like that. So she's excellent in providing any information on that. All right. So don't forget, her channel is called I'm Not a Lawyer, But. Okay. All right. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this trial. Okay. Let's first tell you what's happening. Okay. Today, jury selection begins, right? It's in the federal court, and it's involved a recording artist, Lil Durk. His real name is Durk Banks. That is his birth name, Durk Banks. It is in the United States Court of the Central District of California. Remember, the federal court in every state is broken down to different parts. You got the Southern District, you got the Central District, and you have the Northern District. And this one here is in the Central, meaning the middle part of California. Okay. But it's the Western Division of this case. And the judge that's going to be presiding over this case, his name is Michael W. Fitzgerald. Okay. Opening statement is supposed to start on Friday afternoon, August 21st. One thing I like about the federal government, they know when things are going to happen ahead of time. They're very strict. That's why I love federal court cases, because when the judge says time to start, boom. When the judge says the jury selection is over, boom. They are on time. They do it very they on schedule. So it's not like the states. They be just all over the place. They give the federal government, they give the prosecutor a certain amount of time to do their opening argument. Sometimes it's an hour, sometimes it's 2 hours. Because this case has 3 defendants in it, I'm going to talk about the defendants in a minute. They're going to give the federal, for example, I'm going to give you. Now, if the defense gets 1 hour for their defendant, right? The federal government is going to get 1 hour for that defendant. Now, since there's 3 defendants, right? Say the judge give 1 hour for each defendant. So that's a total of 3 hours. So that means the prosecutor gets an hour to present for each one of those defendants. So they get an hour for Durk, an hour for the other guy, and an hour for that. So they get a total of 3 hours to present their case on each defendant. Okay, so that's why the prosecutor seems as if they get more time. No, they're not getting more time. They're just getting the same amount of time for each defendant that they're afforded to. They don't have to take the full time, but most of the time they take it because they want to bring out the whole picture where everybody fits into this puzzle. Okay, so on Friday afternoon, August 21st, they should be starting the opening statement. That's if the jury selection is completed. The only time jury selection may not be completed, say they realized that none of those jurors that they decided they wanted to pick, they didn't answer it. And they don't feel none of them are any good. Some of them lied, and some of them coming up, and then they have to scrap those people and bring some new ones in. That's the only way that the jury selection process will be prolonged if something happened that's not the ordinary. Okay. All right. So the earliest the opening argument would start would be Friday. If not, they might push it out all the way to Monday to get a fresh start. We don't know. We will see. Okay. Monday, the judge has ruled, because during pretrial hearings, they have set certain things that's going to be allowed. Like they're going to do. They talked about the scheduling. They talked about what they're going to allow into the case, what they're not going to allow, and things like that. One of the things the judge did talk about was the time frame of the schedule. He said the trial is going to be from Monday through Friday. And the start time would be around 8:30 to 4:30. Sometime it might last a little longer because they don't want to cut a defendant off from their testimony in the middle of their testimony. They might, go till 5:30. It depends. But the set time, the scheduled time is 4:30. So it's every day, Monday through Friday, from 8:30 to 4:30. That's what the court has said. The case number for this case is, anybody that wants to write it down, case number is 2.24-CR00621. MWF. MWF is the initial for the judge that is presiding over it. His name is Michael W. Fitzgerald. Okay, he is the United States District Judge. Okay. And he's only the judge for that particular district, which is the what? The Western District of Central. All right. It's going to be in courtroom 10C for those who were there in California they'll go in person. And it's going to be at the U.S. District Court, Central District of California, Western Division. And the address of those who wants to go is 350 West 1st Street, Los Angeles, California, 90012. Those who can make it, that is the address. If you want me to repeat it, let me know, and I will give you that address again for those who are interested in going there in person. You said 3 or 4. I didn't get that information on how long it's going to last, but I don't think it's going to be longer than a month. Okay, hold on. I got to go look at my text. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me go look at my text of what I got. Because y'all know I got, y'all know. Hold on. I was asking the attorneys questions. You know me, I'm a nosy butt. Hold on, let me see. Where's the phone that I had with my questions? I have 2 phones, and one of the phones that I have has me asking the attorneys question. And hold on. Okay, hold on, y'all. All right, let me see what was the answer to that question, because I think I did ask, because I was planning on going there in person, but then I changed my mind. Hold on a second. Hold on. And this phone is the broken phone. Can you believe this? All right, it's the question I asked was, how long will this trial last? Hold on, I'll tell you what the answer is. Just bear with me a second. Hold on. All right. Just a second, trying to find out the text message that I asked because I was planning on going, and I needed to Okay, there it goes. How long will Dirk Charles? It says a month or more. That's the answer I got. A month or more. So it's more than 3 weeks. So it's more than 3 weeks. I got a month or more. That's the answer I got. All right. So it's say 4 weeks plus. Okay. Thank you for that statement. God's child 29. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But I did ask the question to the attorney, and okay. So we know it's going to be at least a month. Okay. All right. So next question. Anybody else have any questions so I can go on and tell you what this case is about? Y'all, I just want to tell you, I'm not familiar with the rap music of Lil Durk. I'm not familiar, but my daughter loves him. She's one of those people that's saying, free Lil Durk, free Lil Durk. She's one of them that's saying that. So I don't know much about it. That's why I am super, super neutral. I don't know anything about his music. I don't know anything about his career or anything like that. I don't know. So you got a person that knows nothing, and I'm just gonna give you. And some of you guys know more information than I do. Okay, y'all know more than I do. I know nothing. I'm a blank sheet, just providing information that I get, and all my information I'm getting from reliable source. And I give you guys what I get. And if something doesn't sound right to me, I will ask questions. Okay. All right. You said what's happening is Lil Durk there. What is happening? Is Lil Durk there? Are you in the courtroom, or you just clickbaiting us, fan? Where in the world do I say, Joseph, you came in late. Okay. I'll excuse that statement with the clickbaiting. I'm not clickbaiting. You don't see me saying live from the courtroom or exclusive. No, you don't hear me saying that. You hear me saying that I'm going to provide you information. If you rewind it from the beginning, you will hear me say what I am going to do and what I plan on doing. I was going, but I changed my mind. I'm not going because California is expensive. That's why I decided not to go. But anyway, what I do have connection with the attorneys. Okay. Ask anybody in my chat. Ask anybody in my chat. You chat, please tell Joseph official. Please tell Joseph official who I am, please, y'all. Because he has not been on my channel. He doesn't know me. So and information I'm getting ready to give you is information, direct information. I'm not in the courtroom. But who will be in the courtroom? I told you guys what channel to go to for the person that's in the courtroom. The person that's going to be in the courtroom is Mel. I'm not a lawyer, but that is her channel. She is going to be in the courtroom. Okay. She is going to be in the courtroom. If you want information about the stuff, what he has on and things like that, she is in the courtroom. Now with me, I am going to be doing reenactment of the transcript, the written stuff that is happening in the courtroom. The written stuff that's happening in the courtroom. I'd rather be in the courtroom. And I understand what you're saying, Joseph. I understand what you're saying. And that's what my job normally is, to be in the courtroom, to give you direct information. But now I can't give you direct information because I'm not going to be there. And this is not clickbait. This is just giving people information about what's happening in the case. Okay. And the reason why I know that the case is going to last for a plus week is because I spoke with the attorneys that's on this case. Okay. I have direct connection with the attorneys, okay? And also individuals who are in the courtroom, they're going to provide me information as well. All right? Is that okay with you, Joseph? Is that okay with you? They asked me to do this. There are people who reached out to me. And then the other person you probably need to contact is on X, is Durk. Or what's the name? Hold on a second, because I did tell him or her that I will be doing that. Hold on. Okay, if you go to on X, Durk's Imaginary Manager, they have all the documents, all the pretrial motions and paperwork. They have all of that information. So them on X and Mel's channel, which I'm not a lawyer, but she's on TikTok and she is on YouTube and X as well. Okay. Tag, somebody's just asking me, am I coming to LA? Tag on it. No, I'm not coming to LA. I was wondering, I was gonna go, but people, finances is acting funny, and I gotta pay bills here, so I'm gonna do the best I can from here. And maybe I might, if the Lord allows me, I might be able to slip up there the last couple of weeks of the trial. We don't know. We don't know how the Lord is going to bless me. So I'm just going to do the job that I can do from here and then see what happens, right? But right now I'm going to give you the best that I can give you, which is the transcript and also information that I received from reliable individuals that are there, okay? I apologize if I'm not going to be there. All right. Is it true there are 0 cameras and no one is allowed to use their phone? Absolutely. That is so true, Joseph. In the federal court, they do not allow cameras. They do not allow cameras in federal court until there is a rule and people vote on it and they decide to change that. Right now in the federal system, they do not allow cameras in the courtroom. It may change soon, but at the present time, there's no cameras allowed. And that's why we have to rely on the words of the news people and individuals that are there. Okay? And in New York, they have some staff reporters which they allow them to have their phone enabled to report, but they cannot take pictures. The only thing they can rely on is the sketch artists. They have 3 sketch artists that goes all over the world in high profile cases. And I talked to some of those sketch. Each state has a certain amount of sketch artists, and that's who they rely on cases, high profile cases especially. No, you're not going to see anything. I'm sorry, Selena. Joseph says, why though? Because there has not been anybody challenging that. They don't have someone from the Senate to bring that into some sort of what do you call it, legislation. They got to give a reason, and then they got to vote on it, and then the people got to come vote on it, and they're going to make a decision that way. But right now, it's a no. Okay. And a lot of it they're saying is for the protection of the defendants and stuff like that. That's what they're saying. But because I will have access to the transcripts. That's what I've been doing from the time R. Kelly's trial and what's her name? Cardi B's trial with Tasha K. I had transcript then. I did reenactment. Just go back and look at my old videos of reenactment. I had people. Hopefully, I have people that could really, really get into it and stick with their part. Because we had some trouble. I didn't have consistent actors. If you like to be an actor, please contact me. Okay. All right. Um, and I just want to get the right information out. That's why I'm giving you guys because I gave you the address. If you're in California, you can go there and be there. I just gave y'all the address of where it's gonna be and stuff like that. All right, so I didn't have a sponsor to have me out there, so that's why I didn't go. Not because I didn't want to go, just because I didn't have sponsors. So I'm staying. I have the time because my job is very flexible. They'll let me go, but I don't have a sponsor. I don't have the cash to be flying out there. And I mean, I do have a cousin that would let me stay at her house, but as far as the flight and stuff, I ain't got it. So, but I did tell y'all ahead of time what was going on. But anyway, now if y'all want me to be there, just let me know. Because I already told my boss I want to be at Lil Durk's trial for the whole time. He said, no problem, Sylvia. I'll put you on the schedule. But y'all know I gotta pay bills. But let's go. All right, now what's the next question you have for me? What is the next question you have? All right, so we talked about the case number. I gave you the case number. I gave you who the judge is that's providing over it. I gave you courtroom. I gave you court, the address. All right, now here is what the case is about. Lil Durk is his stage name. He's an artist, a rapper. His federal case is a case about murder for hire trial, right? You guys know what murder for hire is, meaning that he is the mastermind behind individuals supposedly, allegedly being taken out, deleted. I don't want to say certain words, but deleted from the existence of society, right? And they're saying that it is alleged that Durk orchestrated a 2022 shooting that unalive rapper Quando Rondo's cousin, which in retaliation for King Von's death. All right? Y'all heard that, right? He is accused of orchestrating an unaliving of an individual. Okay. Now, some of the stuff they have been having pretrial hearing for the longest on this case, right? The district judge, Michael W. Fitzgerald, has decided during the pretrial hearings to allow certain things in. And one of the things that they are allowing is some music videos and some hip hop clips. And this has been one of the things that they have been trying to do in a lot of rap lyrics that has been promoted in the person's music. You know, they do music videos, and this is art, supposedly art. But now these videos and things like that, songs that they have written or have rapped about, are being used against them. They're saying that they are basically them giving some sort of like info within the songs of what they did or what they're planning to do. You know, they're saying some things has not happened, but it's a prelude of what they're going to do, or what they have done as a confession of what they have done, and they have put it in a song. So that's what the prosecutor is saying. Okay, but the defense is saying that this is basically art. You can make up a song, say I shoot the sheriff. That doesn't mean you shot the sheriff. I'm using that as an example because I remember Mr. Weinstein used it in YSL trial. Some things are not actual things. It's just literary type of rhyming type of things to try to, bring a song together. And it's a freedom of speech. Music is a freedom of speech. It's not saying that it actually happened. That's what the defense side said. But the prosecutors say, hey, they did this and this is what they did, and they bragging about it in a song. Right? So the judge ruled that several specific rap tracks are going to be admitted in this case. And some hip hop clips are going to be admitted, which is going to be very crucial to the evidence that the prosecutors are trying to bring out. All right. The government is using these material to establish a clear motive, right? And they are intending to tie in what happened to the song, in the song or in the rap, as a retaliation of the murder to hire plot. You hear me? So they need these tracks to bring about what supposedly happened and why it happened, because they're saying they confessed it. They told about it in the rap song. It's not just for art. It's them confessing. It's them telling it's like a code message to the people that they're bringing it out to, that the group or the gang or whatever, that, hey, this is what we did and we're getting some street credit. That's what they're saying. That's what the federal government is saying. Okay. So I'm going to tell you the songs that they are admitting in, right? One of the songs that the track that they're admitting and video they're admitting is what? A song called Piss Me Off. I don't know nothing about Piss Me Off, okay? So I can't tell you what the song said because I haven't listened to the lyrics, but I plan on listening to the lyrics of that particular song. But the judge allowed Piss Me Off to be played in the courtroom, okay? The judge ruled that the lyrics in the music video for this single hit can be shown to the jury. Prosecutors note that it was released days after the alleged plot. They're saying it was released days after the plot for revenge for the unaliving of King Von. That's one song. The next song they're going to let in is Back Again and Still Running. Okay. The next one is Red Man. That's another music video. It's an unreleased music video for the song that was approved, and it was approved by the judge to be admitted. Those are the three songs that they're going to allow in this trial. Okay. Next, here's some stuff, y'all. They're going to also allow some YouTube interviews, some podcast clips. And guess who was one of them? Do y'all know DJ Academics? DJ Academics did an interview with 6ix9ine and Whack 100, right? Well, the judge says that the excerpts from that 2021 interview that DJ Academics did on his podcast is going to be entered. And that one's going to basically sliding in the information of retaliation for King Von's death. He also, the judge also said, the prosecutor told the judge that they have witnesses prepared to testify that the public taunted, deeply upset Durk. And that this was a fueling motive He was fueled by being taunted by the public. The interview that DJ Academic did with Lil Durk, which is a separate interview from the 6ix9ine's interview with Whack 100. So they're gonna bring in that clip as well. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go look at those clips throughout this trial, and we're gonna see for ourselves what was said in those interviews, because we know that's what the judge ruled, that those could be brought in, right? The other thing, there's some podcasts and media clips, footage from Durk's appearance on Millionaire Dollars Worth of Game podcast. Y'all know that? Write that down, y'all. It's called $1 Million with a Z at the end, Worth of Game, their podcast. Okay? That's another one they're going to bring in. They're going to show him screenshot of him holding a large stack of cash. That will be presented at the trial. The other thing they say they're going to be bringing in is TMZ's video, right? A video tracking Quando Rondo's immediate reaction, the August 2022 shooting, and was approved. That was approved by the judge, okay? That's the TMZ video that's going to be brought in. All right? Let's see what else here says here. Okay, it says the peace offer rejection. The peace offer rejection, that's the title of this one. Okay. That one is a crucial communication on Christmas Day 2022, which reveals Quando Rondo camp reach out to squash the beef with Durk. Right? They reached out to squash the beef. I guess they have the video on that one, right? Then they have a little Durk alleged responded with a text and a voicemail note refusing peace and stating that it was a thing for Thang and Vaughn. And they also referred to a machine gun switch that's supposed to be brought into the case as well. They also have some device data that they want the jury to sort out. They want to sort it out for the juror before they bring it out. They have some iCloud photos. They have social media materials. They have screenshot pulled directly from Durk's cell phone. Right, that's going to be brought out. They're also going to have crime scene and surveillance videos. The footage from that, they're going to show that at court as well. They're going to have the 2022 gas station surveillance. Yeah, they're going to have police body cam, right? And the body cam from the 911, well, not the body cam, the initial 911 call, the emergency call from a witness to the Los Angeles ambush. All of that has been admitted, and they will be shown at trial. Okay. You guys are wondering, what is he charged with? Well, I'm going to tell you guys, right? He faces 5 specific federal charges regarding the August 22 shooting in Los Angeles, right? Count 1, conspiracy to commit stalking. Count 1, conspiracy to commit stalking, right? Count 2, stalking, which is targeting rival rapper Quando Rondo, right? Count 3, stalking resulting in a death. And this is tied to the fatal shooting of Quando Rondo's cousin. It's hard for me to say his name. I'm going to spell it SAVIAY '(A), Lou Pab Robinson. I can say Robinson, but all this other, that's why I kept saying Quando Rondo's cousin. I kept saying that because I don't want to butcher the man's name. Sorry, guys. That was count 3, the death of him. And then count 4, conspiracy to commit murder for hire. Count 5, which is the last count, is the use of interstate facility to murder for hire resulting in a death. You know, the reason why it's a federal crime, because they're using interstate commerce, interstate traffic, interstate items, like the machine guns. I'm going to give you an example, right? The reason why I learned all of this is, one, during R. Kelly trial, the federal government got involved because, they said the camera that was used when R. Kelly was doing videotaping was made in China. So that made it interstate. So if you're using an item, I'm telling you, the federal government is very creative in how they come into things. They said the camera that was that R. Kelly was using in those in that case came from China, so that's interstate commerce. Get it? So what they're saying right now with this case, it's saying the firearms and machine guns that was originally listed as a standalone count, right? And they were transported from another place where they were made, so that made it interstate commerce, interstate crime. So that's how they could get you. They could get you anything. Federal government could get you on you chewing a piece of gum that was made in another state. I'm just giving you that example. That's how they can come in and take over a particular case, because people are like, oh, they didn't cross state line. You don't have to cross state line. If you're using something that was made in another state or made in another country, it makes it interstate. I know it's weird, but that's the way they do it, to be very creative. And I learned that during the trials, because I was like, wait a minute, how is that possible? Well, they become very creative. Okay. All right. So, any question? Oh yeah, he has 2 other defendants on it, and they're saying there's supposed to be some sort of gang. It's called OTF, which is the only the family, which is supposed to be a gang, right? I don't know how true that is, as allegedly, right? His name is DeAndre Dontrell Wilson. That's one person. And the other individual is David Brian Lindsay. That is his co-defendants in this case. Any question? I gave y'all the high-level layman's conversation. Okay. All right. So any question? Oh, okay. Hold on, Joseph. Joseph, I knew you were going to have questions. Hold on. I'm going back in here and look at these questions. Hold on, y'all. I'm going back up to where I last left off. We're going to see it. No, Selena, we're not going to see it. All right. Hey, baby Chase. Hold on. To be honest, I think Durkee is not guilty because brother, music is art, not confession. It's literally creative entertainment for YH. If I was there, I'll prefer to be at the trial like you. So YH, please tell your boss. Please tell you, boss. All right, will the Lil Durk conclude by September 7th, Labor Day or after? I don't know. Rap forever? I don't know. All right, if it starts today, the 20th, no. Okay, based on what information that I got, information and belief, as they say, no, because it said a month. So a month from now will be the 20th of September, right? Right? And it says a month or more. So no, it's not going to be over by the 7th. All right. Okay. Next one says 2 friends are testifying against him. Yeah. Why after what? Rap forever. I don't know. I'm just reading your message. I don't know. So you might need to repeat what it is about. It convicted how much time he's facing life. It's facing life. I can go back and give you the details on that. When is opening statement on Lil Durk's trial starting? Friday, allegedly. Friday, allegedly. Can we not see the courtroom? No, you cannot see the courtroom. What it start? When does it start? You asking trans NC? Are you asking when it starts? It starts today. But the opening argument doesn't start until Friday if they get through the selection, jury selection. But we're saying the true cause, music is art, not confession, bro. It's just creative entertainment for us. Plus, adding the Chicago case into this case, that ain't fair. Internet drama slides for Vaughn. Slides for Vaughn. Okay. That's all you ever see in that was slide. But yeah, I agree, Joe. Good morning. Okay, I'm going down. What they doing ain't fair. The feds don't got warrants to seize Dirk device. They illegally obtain evidence from his fine dine from home invasion. Okay, you guys know a lot. Salute to you for your coverage. Thank you, Eastern Finest. I appreciate you. Hold on a second. Folks are texting me left and right. Hold on. Keon says, thank you. Okay. Do you think they will call Quando to testify? Probably. Yeah, most likely. Let me tell you, the Fed's going to get anybody. They're going to threaten them. They're going to bring anybody they can bring. Okay. So, a month or more. Okay. Hold on a second. I got to get out my people sending me messages left and right. Okay, so that is it. Anybody have any question? This is like my version of layman's information that I'm giving to you guys. So this is how I'm covering it until I'm blessed. Somebody make a blessing for me, and I'll be going to California. But in the meantime, y'all remember, if you want to participate in the reenactment, let me know, because once I get the transcript, we can read out and play the parts of what's happening in the courtroom. I have done that. You guys know, those who's been in this channel knows how we do our reenactment. And it gives a sense of what happened in the courtroom. And we don't have to rely on information. Because, you hear a person and they tell you one side and then you don't get the other side. We want to know both sides. So we'll know exactly, what the feel is like. You know what I mean? I like being in a courtroom because I can, see what the jurors are looking, if they're intensely looking, or if they're taking notes, or they're shaking their head, or they smile, or they look. I like to pay attention to the courtroom atmosphere. That's why I like being in a courtroom. So I bring you guys that information, what's happening in the courtroom. All right, so any questions, people? I try to do my best to give you guys the rundown. You guys know more than I do. Wait, brother, why Quando to testify? Wait, bro, why Quando to testify? Because we all know he got beef with OTF. If that happens, there's going to be chaos. If the feds wants to win, y'all, it's a win-win for them, right? They want to win, and they'll bring all the ammunition. If that means if they're going to bring Quando, they're going to bring him. They're going to bring him. They're going to subpoena him. I don't have the subpoena list of who is on the witness list. They usually put it out on Pacer. I'm going to go through Pacers and see. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can get the witness list. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let's see if they have it out there. Hold on. Oh, and they did so many superseding thing on there. That's ridiculous. Hold on a second. All right, let's go ahead on and bring up the first superseding indictment. Let's go ahead and look it up. Hold on. We're gonna bring that up. Okay, let's see the last order they have. They had a lot of things they were sealed on yesterday. They did a lot of motions yesterday. They sealed Lil Durk ex parte application. That one's sealed. They have it says Durk defend bank ex parte application again. That was sealed. Okay, it says the witness list. Hold on. Okay, it's making me buy the witness list. So do y'all want me to buy the witness list? Do you guys want me to buy the witness list? Hold on, see right here. I'm on hold on. If I buy it, you're gonna have to sponsor that buying. Okay, here's hold on a second. This is so y'all don't think I'm lying. Hold on. This is it right here. This is the witness list right here. It's sealed. I can't buy it anyway. It's sealed. It's sealed. I can't buy it. I was gonna buy it, but I can't buy it. It says, see, sealed. Even if I go in to try to buy it, it's sealed. All right. They sealed it, so I can't buy it. All right, so let's go ahead on and look at the indictment. So this is the first indictment right here. Hold on. Hold on a second. Is this the right one? Hold on. I don't want to open up the wrong thing. All right, this is the first indictment. This is before all the other ones that was done. All right, let me close this one now. This is back in November 7th, 2024. This is the original one. It's the first superseding indictment. But you already know the other guys are no longer a part of it. Some of the other ones are no longer. The only one, like, I gave you the name of the people that's still on there. This one is Durk is on there. DeAndre Wilson is on there, and David Bryan is on here. This person right here, Kevon London Grant, I think he took a plea deal. Did he not, y'all? Didn't he take a plea deal? Did he not take a plea deal? And this one here, Keith Jones, didn't he take a plea deal? You said no. What did he say? No. Okay, it says, oh my God, that's not fair. That means anyone could be part of the 35 witness like NBA Youngblood or Quando Rondo. We don't know the list. We don't have the list. It's sealed. All right, my darlings. That is it for now. I will be back, give you more information if I get information about. Good morning, Dirk might as well get a public defender and save money. Why you say that? Easy Fighters, why you say that? Why you say get the public defender? I just wish I was there for jury selection, y'all, because I love that part. How do you manage to get your own information? How do you manage to get your own information? What do you mean, Mustafa? You can start a Pacer account. You can get a Pacers account, which is the government's thing, and you can pay for a Pacers account. I have a Pacers account. That's how you get the information. And if you want the transcript, you can contact the y'all always want me to go give you guys what work I do. Okay, let me I need to have classes on how to do this stuff. The way you get the transcript, right? Before trial starts, you go into Pacers, you find out who is the court reporter, right? Okay, like for example, let me just give you this. Hold on a second. Let me give you some teaching on some stuff. Hold on a second. I don't mind giving you an information. Okay, like for example, if you go into Pacers, it's going to give you a list of who the attorneys are, what the parties and stuff like this, right? It gives you Brian Steele information, Chrissy O'Connor, those are his attorneys. Then you're gonna go in and you're gonna go and see that's the defense side. Hold on a second. And then you're gonna see the USA information. You see who all these people are. You can contact them, and then sometime you can go into the file, right? And it'll give you. I don't want to click everything because they charge you everything. Every time you click Pacer, they charge you for everything. So what you're gonna do? There's a part in Pacers that gives you a listing of who the court reporter is. But you can Google it. Let me just say, you Google court reporter. For the Central District of California. All right. All right. So okay. In here, it will give you the list of who the court reporters are. Hold on, let me show you this. And when you just type up Google, the court reporter for Central District of California, right? And it will give you this. You can go right here, certified court reporter, right? Or you can go to court reporting, you click that. and then you contact them and find out who is doing that case. Hold on, so let's see. Okay, this is the price of the. Okay, here's the price of the transcript. If you get the original transcript, right? If you wait 14 days, it's going to be $5.10 a page, right? If you want to expedite it, it's $5.85. If you want the 3-day transcript, it's $6.55 per transcript, not per page. Now, if you want daily, right, hourly, which is the one we usually get, right, or the daily, it's $7.30 per page. And most trial, it'd be about between 100 to 200, 300 pages. So that's $7.30 per page. You get what I'm saying? And this is the phone number you contact them if you want information on that. So it's, if you want it, 213-894-3015. All right. Now, if you want direct information on a transcript, that's how much it costs. Musafa, did you hear me? Did you get the information? Musa Adam Yu. Sorry if I'm messing up your name. My apologies. But if you want that information, that's how you get the information. You go to Pacers and you'll start an account with Pacer, and you pay for, and Pacers is like a 10 cents per page. The first $30 is free if you have an account, and then anything past the $30 you pay. And they charge you every 3 months. So it's not every month you pay every 3 months. Does that answer your question? You guys think that this stuff is free? It's not free, y'all. It's not free. It's not free. But if you get in like good with certain lawyers, if they already purchased it, they can send you a copy of their copy. If you get in good with lawyers. Certain lawyers do it. Certain lawyers make you pay for it. Okay? Because they got to pay for it anyway. You know why they got to pay for it? Just in case their client is found guilty, right? They need the transcript. So they get the a copy of it. They start getting copies of it while during trial. So they can always go refer back to somebody's testimony and say, hey, this person said this, and you know, they're prepared to do that kind of stuff. If they want to share it with you, they will. If some don't, they don't. Some want to charge you, they charge you. But that's the cost of getting it directly from the court reporter. You can get it the day of the trial. Does that? My first experience in getting transcript was 7 years ago when I was doing an R. Kelly case, and that thing was a killer. But you know what? My people in the chat, people who were R. Kelly fans and stuff, they paid for it. Yeah, they paid for it. And what I did is I kind of kept it going when, like, if another subscriber or another content creator wanted the transcript, I would sell it to them so I can replenish the money. So every day when we were getting transcript, we would get money from them, and I had a system back then. But that's how I got the transcript last time. With Cardi B, I got it from the people also. Because that stuff is expensive. But if you do it in a group, like right now I have 293 people in the chat, right? Say the transcript costs $15,000 or whatever. Because I think Diddy's was $12,000, right? And you had to give them a portion of it. And then while trial is going on, you just keep paying that way, right? My first week with Diddy's, until I got blessed, first week was $1,200 for the transcript. And then after that, God blessed me where I got connected and I was able to get the transcript without paying. But the first week I paid $1,200. It was crazy. Then after that, I didn't pay anything. But the whole R. Kelly trial, I had to pay for all of it. I can show y'all my receipt now. Hold on. I could show y'all the receipt of my invoice. It was no joke. Okay, this is back in R. Kelly days. Let me show y'all. Okay, let me show you what it was cheaper back then. Oh my God, look at how much cheaper it was. Hold on. This is my daily one. Look how much the transcript was in R. Kelly's case. This is back in this was in 2021, right? Look how much it was, $1.20. This was the hourly with $1.20 per page. And this one transcript was $147.60 because it was 123 pages. That's how much I paid for that one. You see that? And I got the hourly because like right after the trial that day, I would get it. I got the transcript. That was my invoice and I had to pay it. It was so cheap back then. Now, did you see California? $7 is a page. Oh, child. It's crazy. Let me see how much I paid for Cardi B. Hold on. That's when I didn't have any kind of let's see, hold on a second. Look, I had to pay her through Zelle. She said, hey, Sylvia, invoice attached, payment by Zelle. And I had to send it to her Zelle. Lord have mercy. They ain't playing. They want their money before you get that transcript. They were not playing, y'all. Let's see. Okay, this is a local one, a local transcript that I got from a case that I was doing in Atlanta, right? Let me show you what their thing is. Why? This was look, let me show you. No, hold on. Let me show you when I got Ernest Williams. Listen, look at this price, y'all. Look. It says here, hey, Sylvia, thank you for inquiring the transcript copy rate for Ernest Williams pretrial hearing. There was a hearing, right, on 4/8/24. Just reply, right? Look how much it costs. 180 pages. Rate is $3.95. A total of $7.11, right? But I had to pay a processing fee, and it turned out to be $811. That's what I had to pay those people, y'all. I paid them that. For Ernest's transcript. Remember the transcript I had? And there was only 180 pages I paid. That stuff is not cheap. These courts are making money. These courts are making money. So when they decide if Durk is guilty or not guilty, I hope he ain't guilty. Okay. When will they decide after the trial is over with? So, any questions, y'all? Guys, those are new to my channel. Welcome. I've been around for a while. I've been doing trials for a while, and so I'm very much familiar with the court system. I'm not a lawyer, as Mel said. I'm not a lawyer, but I have information that I've been doing this a long time, and I know the ins and outs, how to get information and things like that. So I'm a information provider. I don't have to be a lawyer to give you guys information. You guys make a decision on what your information, from the information I give you. I just think the court system is a money-making machine. You got to pay. I mean, even for them to be put into this case, you have to pay entry, stuff like that. What's the update? You 1 hour and 24 minutes late. So you're going to have to go back and look at the beginning. I gave a lot of information and I'm tired of talking now. I apologize, but I got to go. I got to go too, Joseph. I got to go too. But just take a look at the video and I'll see you guys later. Bye, everybody. Have a great day. I need some time. I got to go pick up my medicine because I got that tooth situation going on. I got to pick up my medicine and I can't let them close today. Love you guys. Don't forget, I'll see you guys later. And if you want to be part of the reenactment, let me know. Bye.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me, we laugh until tears roll down like the rain. In this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Mods and chat, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click